So do we. This is the highest ranked matchup in the history of the Frank Erwin Center in Austin. Texas has an early lead at 13-8, but Chris Mim, their outstanding big man, sitting at the moment with 2 fouls. So Gabe Wienecke playing out of position against 7-1 Lauren Woods for Arizona. There's Mim. Off to a terrific start. A lot of people think the best big man in the country, but 2 early fouls on attempted block shots have him sitting.
And Texas now back to the 2-3 zone defense. They're going to have to shore up the middle with the foul trouble.
Michael Wright, the Pac-10 Freshman of the Year a year ago, has 4 for Arizona.
Arizona's smart enough, Dave, to go at the inside and attack the middle. With Mim out of there, they're going to use their size and tower over the top. Now Arizona in a 2-3 zone. Texas not a great outside shooting team.
William Clay, bad luck on that 3-pointer. Stop and go drive. Richard Jefferson inside. 2 more for Ray.
A Wildcat team that can flat out run the floor. Jefferson, one of the best at getting out and running. Michael Wright can run. Lauren Woods can run. And that's not even talking about the 2 guards.
Matter of pace. Arizona wants it fast as possible, and Texas wants to slow them down. Kelly going baseline. Darren Kelly, junior transfer out of Forestville, Maryland, with an explosive first step. We heard about it this morning. Rick Barnes wasn't overselling Darren Kelly one bit.
Well, he called him a gamer, guy who can step in and make points in a hurry for your team.
Wienecke overplaying, and that turns into an easy 2 for
And when you're Gabe Wienecke and you're only 6'7", having to guard the 7'1" Lauren Woods, you don't want to take chances. Make Lauren Woods beat you over the top. Wienecke is physical enough to keep Woods away from that block area.
This Texas team enjoying its highest ranking in 18 years since they got as high as number 5 in the 81-82 season when they won their first 14 games. They won their first 4 this year, including the Puerto Rico Classic over both DePaul and number 3 Michigan State in the final. That scramble won by Chris Owens, and the transfer out of Tulane scores on the scoop. He has 6 to lead the Horns early.
And you have to turn around because Arizona pushes and tries to get the ball right back on top of you.
Right. Going over the top was Wagner to start it the other way for Texas. Wienecke lost it, and they'll call him for traveling. Fans wonder why Gardner's not going to be called for undercutting Wienecke.
Well, you take a look at Chris Mim, who's sitting on the sideline with 2 fouls. And Mim, early in this ball game, looked pretty good. Came down, hurt his ankle. Had 1 basket on the offensive end, and on his 2nd personal foul, actually on both fouls, he had the ball, a little bit of body, both questionable calls that put the star on the sideline for Texas.
Them averaging right at 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game. They've got some pretty stiff competition, and look forward to this matchup with Lauren Woods. Lamont Frazier off the bench for Arizona. And the ball was kicked. Justin Wessel also just in, a junior for Arizona, and Arizona turns it over.
Well, and the talk all year for Arizona has been the guard play. The freshman Arenas and Gardner, both freshmen. But the matchup tonight with Wagner defensively and William Clay, both seniors, both terrific on-ball defenders. So it has been a struggle right now for Gardner and Arenas to get their games going.
Owens thought about a 3. Instead, Wagner took it and came up short. Here comes Gardner, the McDonald's All-America. Strip for Texas by Chris Ogden.
Good hustle by Ogden. Too late of a pass by Gardner on the 2-on-1 break.
Mr. Basketball in the state of Texas last year. Ogden. Tough hook in traffic by Wienecke. Kelly ends up with a loose ball.
Dave, Wienecke has to be a little more patient. That time 3 Wildcats around him. Give up the basketball. Arizona is so quick defensively. They help and recover so well. Once you get it, make your move. Expect the help. Find your open teammate.
Wienecke now matched with Wessel. Also in is Luke Walton for Arizona as Owen misses the 3, and it's knocked right back out to Wagner.
Arizona has backed off Owens and challenged him to shoot it. Missed a couple jump shot, has 6 points early in this ball game. The one he did hit, he picked up the slack and shot a 12-footer instead of an 18-footer.
Wienecke fighting his way in. Kelly from the weak side missed the follow. 3-on-2 break for Arizona. Gardner blowing past Ivan Wagner, and Wagner called for the reach.
Again, Wienecke has to be more patient on the offensive end. With Chris Mim out, he feels like he has to pick up all the slack. Do it collectively. Do it as a team.
Timeout with 11:06 in the first half in Austin. The explosive Darren Kelly and the Longhorns lead number 4 Arizona by 3.
Introducing the 2000 Daewoo Nubira. Its styling is admired from Rome to Paris. Its engineering has a track record on the highways of Germany. And its 333 Value Plus program provides 3 years of roadside assistance, factory warranty, and all scheduled maintenance at no extra charge. For under $11,000, welcome to a whole new world. The Nubira from Daewoo.
Your attention, please. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the new millennium.
For the only other person in the world, a diamond. Show her you'll love her for the next 1,000 years. A diamond is forever. De Beers.
FogDog.com, your anytime, anywhere sports store. Fog Dog.
Back in Austin, Dave Barnett, John Sunvol. This Arizona team, 4th in the country. They won the preseason NIT. 2 true freshmen starting in the backcourt. Normally, that's a recipe for fear for a head coach. Lute Olson loves what he's got.
Well, they don't play like freshmen. They have done some special things early in the season. The matchup tonight is really terrific because of the senior guards on the Longhorn side. And when you have Clay, who's especially terrific on the ball defender, it'll force Gardner and Arenas to do some things differently than what they've done all year.
Lamont Frazier, a rare junior college signee by Lute Olson at Alon Morris Junior College in Jacksonville here in Texas.
Longhorns 2-3 zone. Gardner can bust it from deep.
Walton hits the offensive glass and goaltending on the second chance. Wave it off. Rick Anderson, sophomore out of Long Beach, California, above the rim.
Well, the 2-3 zone, sometimes you start blocking out air instead of a man, and they didn't block out. And fortunately for the Longhorns, offensive goaltender.
Lute Olson with almost an entire new group out there with the exception of Gardner. That one still belongs to Texas. A lot of depth. And speaking of scary, Luke Recker, who transferred last offseason from Indiana, is sitting out this year and comes on board next year with 2 more years left. Gardner and Arenas will be sophomores. Jefferson will be only a junior. The talent continues to flow for years to come for Olson. Winnecke missing outside.
And the luxury for Lute Olson, he can rest Lauren Woods, he can rest Michael Wright and Richard Jefferson a lot more than Rick Barnes can rest his big guys. They play a lot of minutes.
Oh, and stuffing the attempted wraparound pass by Walton.
They back off Owens again. They challenge him to shoot the outside jump shot. He has to make up the slack and shoot the 10-footer.
First step again evident by Kelly. Shot it too hard. Wessel up the floor. Anderson inside. Wessel charges. Winnecke draws the offensive foul.
And Chris Mim is going to re-enter this ball game. And as he does, he has to be especially careful with his 2 fouls. You take a look at Winnecke on the defensive end. Always a good position player down low. A little bit of acting to go along with that. Wessel probably thought, hey, I didn't hit the guy hard enough to make him even move.
So Mim back in, 2 fouls. 9:48 to go first half. The 8th Arizona turnover. They're maybe fortunate to only be trailing by 3, but Texas not shooting very well. 33%, 7 of 21 for the Horns.
And sometimes when you have foul trouble, you have to be more careful in the offensive end, setting screens or guys trying to take charges against you.
Arizona with another foul on Justin Wessel. 2 quick ones. Wildcats in winning the preseason NIT. No one came closer to 12 points. K-State, New Mexico State, Notre Dame, and Kentucky all fell. Most recently, blowout win over Brigham Young. Winiecki now called for the offensive foul.
Well, the lower of the shoulder. Lower the left shoulder when he put the ball on the floor. Winiecki again forcing the issue too much on the offensive end. Rick Barnes trying to tell him to settle down a little bit. Watch the shoulder lower, the push off with the forearm. Good call by the official.
Rick Barnes spent so much time last year trying to get Winiecki to control his emotions on the court, and he was saying earlier today they might have been too successful. Now they want to reignite some of the aggressiveness that they had last couple of years.
Well, one of the strongest players in college basketball is Gabe Winiecki.
Nice touch.
And Anderson's a shooter. Against the 2-3 zone, he's going to find some openings to shoot it.
Just 16 minutes for him against BYU, a career-high 16 points and 7 rebounds Wednesday. Rick Anderson narrows this margin to 1 point. Ogden for 3. Nailed it.
Mr. Basketball in the state of Texas a year ago. Gives some solid minutes, about 15 minutes of ball game for Rick Barnes.
Nearly averaged a triple-double at Seminole, Texas, western part of the state. Last 3A runner-up. Anderson stretches the defense, can't get the three-pointer to fall, though, and Owens clears for the Longhorns.
And see if they can get Mim down low. But he's got to be careful from pushing and shoving. Pick up his third.
Dave Wessel a little shove last time. Now on the other side of the lane. Back outside. This is where he worked to develop his game all summer. Try to add the three-point shot. Ogden tried another 3 and touched underneath by Arizona. So after a timeout, it'll still belong to the Longhorns with 7:58 to go in the first half of a good one in Austin.
Dad, can I help?
No.
Now for Yellow Page listings anywhere in the U.S.
Hey, Dad, I think it's time to make a phone call.
Yeah.
AT&T customers can dial 00.
AT&T 00 Info, how can I help you?
I need a Chinese restaurant in Garden City. Fast.
How does Fast Walk sound?
Perfect.
AT&T 00 Info can connect you at no additional charge.
Oh, Dad cooked.
Oh, it's magic. You know.
This warm moment is brought to you by A Cozy Fireplace, where you'll find everything from custom installed fireplaces, gas logs, glass doors, grills, and accessories. Put the spark back in your life at A Cozy Fireplace, your complete neighborhood fireplace and gas grill dealer.
This is Judy Price. I'd be glad to help you track your package. Right now it's safe, it's sound, and it's on its way to Boston. Another package? The weather's a little iffy in London, but it should arrive on schedule. Yes, 6 packages at...
How long has she been on that call?
An hour and 15 minutes. Roosevelt Road, first thing in the morning. Another package?
Same call.
She's going for a record. No delays in Cedar Rapids. Is that it, sir?
Happy holiday.
You have a nice holiday, too.
We could have thought of this years ago.
Got an important package? Send it FedEx and be absolutely sure.
Texas at only 35% from the field, but they lead Arizona 20-16. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues this week as Troy Aikman and the Dallas Cowboys battle Drew Bledsoe and the New England Patriots. And on Monday Night Football, Randy Moss and the Vikings will take on Warren Sapp's Tampa Bay Bucks. Hot offense, red hot defense Monday night at 9 Eastern. Here, Texas, thanks in part to 8 Arizona turnovers, almost twice as many shots up as Arizona.
Well, 7 offensive rebounds, so only 1 for Arizona, but you mentioned it. 8 turnovers for Arizona. Normally, they're the team that forces teams to turn it over. Texas, underrated on the defensive end. Were solid last season. That's why they won games, and they're solid this year.
Here's a nice inbounds play. Quick shot. Darren Kelly has 4 off the bench. Kelly shot 72% in the Puerto Rico tournament. Open some eyes.
And back to the 2-3 zone. Mim man in the middle. Again, has to be careful. Just make solid blockouts and go after the basketball.
Lauren Woods back in. Frazier walks. The 9th Arizona turnover.
Well, both teams extremely quick with their athletes. Can help and recover, get after each other.
And Frazier will take a seat right next to Luke Walton. Gilbert Arenas back in.
And Arizona back to their starting 5. Very quick team defensively with active hands.
Kelly driving on Richard Jefferson this time.
You know, Dave, too many whistles. These are two athletic teams that like to play and push the ball and are physical defensively. We have a whistle every time down the floor. There's no flow to this game yet.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. These teams want to play. Both teams anxious at shoot around this morning to get after it and go.
Kelly with the up fake, a feed inside for Mim.
Terrific play by William Clay. The ball fake. He brought the defense outside, opened it up for Chris Mim.
And the Horns open up an 8-point lead on a 7-0 run. And neither Wright or Kelly touched that one last. It's off Darren Kelly, Arizona.
William Clay finally his senior season. Last year forced a lot of bad shots. This year under control. You see the control there. Uses the shot because he's a good shooter to bring the defense to him.
Second basket by Mim. Here's Arenas feeding Gardner, and inside to Wright. The ball never touches the floor.
Gardner can really play. Has a great feel for the game. Doesn't play like a freshman. He had 1 turnover when they went to New York in the NIT. Played 78 of the 80 minutes.
That is incredible. In the entire tournament, turned it over once. Wright not crushing the offensive glass and a hell ball. And it will stay on this end.
And you can see what Arizona wants to do. They want to push the basketball. They want to attack. They rest guys. Lute Olson can rotate players in. What Texas has done, though, they've gotten back, and so there hasn't been easy openings for them.
Arenas short on the 3. And William Clay pulled it down. Now Kelly, who has really made things happen since he came in off the bench for Rick Barnes. Couldn't get that 3 to happen, though. And it's Jefferson the other way for the Wildcats, weaving his way into an offensive foul. 3 on Jefferson.
Well, Lute Olson cannot believe this one. Kelly running back defensively, slides over to take it, but look at him lean with the left part of his body. Jefferson, though, should have stopped about the foul line. Kelly didn't quite get there, but he got the whistle.
And check it, it's 2 on Jefferson, 1 previously changed to Arenas, so only 2 fouls for Richard. Longhorns have never beaten 3 ranked teams in a row after knocking off DePaul and Michigan State. That's what they're trying to do tonight. Wagner off on the 3. They've also never beaten 2 top 10 teams in a row. Also an opportunity here tonight. Woods comes down and takes steps underneath.
You know, Lauren Woods, the one thing he can do is run, and Lute Olson told us today that he wants Woods to run the floor, make Chris Mim run up and down with him. Mim usually plays a lot of minutes for Rick Barnes. Even though he has 2 fouls, he's still in this ball game. You'll see Lauren Woods trying to beat him up and down to great easy layups.
Mim had that unscheduled rest, though. After picking up his 2nd foul, ought to be pretty fresh the rest of the half. At least goes into a challenge, and Woods comes away with the block. Rick Anderson travels near midcourt, and that is 12 turnovers for the Cats. This is a team that averages just over 16 per game. Already a dozen.
Well, take a look at Mim down low in positioning. As he goes inside, Lauren Woods just holds his ground at 7-1. Woods had 7 blocks against Notre Dame. Very good. Stays on the floor, waits till the offensive player makes his move, and then goes up to make the block.
7 blocks, tying the school record. Only 4-2 Texas off all these Arizona mistakes. So the Wildcats still very much in striking distance at the 5.5-minute mark. Monecki around Woods for the reverse.
Well, Monecki has moved to the 3 spot this year. He's a good outside shooter, mostly a standstill shooter, but his natural spot is down on the block. One of the best low post position players, again, in college basketball. Once he gets it down here, look at his shoulders. So big, so strong, knows how to finish around the rim. Emotion, this young man has it.
It's not all gone.
No, it's not all gone. And if you play against him, I'm sure you'd feel a few that you wish were gone.
How about displacing the defense?
And the three-point play for Gabe, senior out of Houston, extends the lead for Texas to 9. Horns on a 10-2 run. They have their biggest lead. Another traveling violation to Nepidemic.
Boy, frustration for Lute Olson. Turning it over against a 2-3 zone. Just silly mistakes.
He wondered how his team will do in their first true road game of the year. They played neutral site games up in New York, finishing up the NIT, but they have never faced a crowd like this yet this year.
With a starting 5 of 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior. Lauren Woods hasn't played in a year, so.
Wynecki long on the 3. Arenas feeding Gardner on the break, backs out his three-pointer, nailed.
Well, the guy has a perfect jump shot. Great rotation, good footwork, control on the jump shot.
Real contrast with Texas starting lineup featuring 3 seniors, and Arizona's featuring 2 true freshmen, 2 sophomores, and Woods is the old man, a junior.
And the senior guards for Texas don't get enough credit, Dave. They're kind of always called the weak link of this team, but defensively they do an outstanding job, and make sure offensively they get into good things.
They're trying to help out on the offensive glass that time after the Wynecki air ball. Arenas gets into the teeth of the defense, can't rattle it in. Wright saves. Arenas finds Woods, who can't hit. 3-on-2, Texas the other way. Clay pushes off, runs down Gardner. Call for the charge.
Well, Lauren Woods cannot miss it from point blank on the offensive end. Defensively, Gardner got back. From my angle, looks like he slid over too. So Kelly got one on one end, and I think Gardner might have taken one here. Lauren Woods cannot miss this shot. It leads to a fast break, or at least an attempt on a fast break, and Gardner gets there, leans a little bit, but he gets a call. Good hustle.
Walton, Anderson, again off the bench for Arizona.
And when Gardner passes it, he has to make sure he steps into the lanes for his jump shot.
Went for another 3. Walton called for the foul, jockeying for position, his first.
Well, Rick Barnes said they've played more zone defense already than he's ever coached in his career. But the reason is they don't have the depth inside. Mim, Wynecki, Owens have to play a lot of minutes. He has to protect them the way the pace of the game goes. Terrific year last year. Big 12 Coach of the Year. Texas Longhorns won the Big 12 Conference regular season championship.
Well, if you saw them in November and December, you'd figure this team won't win 5 games this year.
You're right.
Started 3-8, lost at the University of San Diego somehow, which in retrospect may have been the upset of the year last year. They lead Arizona by 6.
Here at VMI, we were asked to try the Norelco Advantage for 21 days. There was quiet dissension.
These are for wussies, man. I'm not giving out my blade.
And anxious inquiry.
What the heck is this? Goo?
Some of us were sure it wouldn't shave close.
I'm gonna get demerits using this.
But then we started to realize the lotion actually gave us a closer, smoother shave than we expected, without the nicks and cuts of blades.
How many squirts are you using?
About 1 per cheek.
That lotion made it feel kind of like a wet shave.
Hey, this feels really cool.
After a while, our fear diminished. Our hopes arose, and life got a little less hairy.
Come on, babyface, move it.
The Norelco Advantage. It's guaranteed or your money back. Norelco. Put it to the test.
Let's see some D.
Log on to dsports.com, the ultimate sporting goods store. dsports.com. Seize the D.
Introducing the 2000 Daewoo Nubira. Its styling is admired from Rome to Paris. Its engineering has a track record on the highways of Germany. And its 333 Value Plus program provides 3 years of roadside assistance, factory warranty, and all scheduled maintenance at no extra charge. For under $11,000, welcome to a whole new world. The new Bira from Daewoo.
Under 4 minutes now in the first half, and Texas continues to lead Arizona 27-21. Coming up Tuesday and Wednesday on ESPN, it is the Grade 8 from the United Center in Chicago. 7 of the nation's top 10 teams battling over the two-day event, which showcases some of college basketball's brightest stars. 7 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday. Terrific matchups. Number 7, Michigan State. Number 6, Kansas. This Arizona team against number 8, Connecticut. Tuesday, Wednesday. Number 9, Temple against Gonzaga. Number 2 against number 1 to close it out Wednesday, North Carolina, Cincinnati.
Outstanding. And this Arizona team has to go back home tomorrow, go to school on Monday, then get back to Chicago and get ready for Connecticut.
Good pass to Michigan State on the Saturday, a week from today. Tough a week as they've had non-conference in a long time. Anderson showing that terrific outside touch.
And the 2 guys off the bench who do what they do best. Luke Walton, a good passer. Again, in the zone defense. Anderson, a good shooter.
Driving right into a block was Kelly.
Out of bounds, Texas ball.
Still Texas ball. Walton, of course, son of Bill, out of San Diego. Medical redshirt last year with a family heirloom, a stress fracture in his foot, which they feel they have cleared up permanently. They don't think, unlike his father, it will be a recurring problem through his career.
Well, like his father, again, a good passer, good knowledge of the game, doesn't look to score a lot of points. Had 8 against Brigham Young in the win. Last ball game out. Man-to-man defense by the Wildcats now with Mim out of the lineup.
Ogden is back.
Rented today.
A significant discovery in eye health may be lutein, a nutrient found in these healthy foods. Now Centrum has the only leading multivitamins with lutein to help maintain your precious sight. Centrum Silver, now more complete with lutein.
Arizona on 11-4 run. They've gotten to within 2. But with Chris Mim on the sideline most of the first half, you'd expect Lauren Woods to go to work. He has not done that. They take away this time a turnover. Defensively, he's been a little bit passive. Gabe Monecki goes right around him, gets contact, and the bucket. Lauren Woods has not taken advantage of Mim being on the sideline.
And that is where Lauren Woods finds himself at the moment with only the 4 points and 2 rebounds. And this with Mim limited to 9 first-half minutes. He averages 33 minutes per game.
Well, and the concern always for Rick Barnes has been he doesn't have a lot of depth. So Owens, Monecki, Mim, those 3 guys are in, and he'll rotate Ogden in and give one guy a breather. He didn't want this kind of rest, so he didn't want to have to put Mim down. But you know what? He's got to feel good. They're ahead by 2, 1:20 left in the first half. Mim's in foul trouble. He'll have him the second half. Only got 2 fouls. If they can stay close or keep the lead for the first half, he's got to be happy.
And Lute Olson's got to be happy. His team has trailed throughout. They've handled the ball really horribly. 12 turnovers, and they are within 2.
And they're playing a little bit like a young team, Dave. They have rushed things. They like the up-tempo pace. There's a difference between pushing it and looking or rushing some things, and that has caused some turnovers that they shouldn't have had.
Frazier for Arenas. Arenas, one of the guys that Lute Olson said has never faced a crowd like this. Figured probably the biggest he ever played before in high school in North Hollywood, California, maybe a couple thousand.
When you take a look at Gilbert Arenas, they're on the sideline. He looks like Michael Dickerson. I mean, it looks like a young Michael Dickerson when he walks in, the way he walks, the way he shoots. Michael, an All-American for Lute Olson, now in the NBA. Monecki, a good face-up, stand-still shooter. You got to honor his three-point shooting ability.
Boy, tough pass by Kelly. He threads the lane. Owens shuffles his feet, though, as he tries to bring it in. And the 6th turnover committed by Texas was inside the final minute of the first half.
An opportunity for Arizona to get even or possibly take the lead.
Gardner past Wagner, threw it right through the hands of Robertus Yoftokas, and it's Clay the other way, missing the scoop. Wagner ends up with the offensive board.
And they can pull it out. There's only about 2-second differential. Shot clock and game clock.
Frazier out to challenge Wagner. Shot clock at 20.
Watch for the high screen and roll. Monecki stepping back and shooting a face-up jump shot from 3.
Now to work. Monecki in on Yotokis. Owens tried to clear it. Picked up at midcourt. Wagner with a heave at the buzzer off the top of the backboard. Texas leads by as much as 9. Arizona cuts it to 2 at halftime. Barnes Horns 31-29 over the Wildcats. Here is Brian Kenny in the studio.
Dave, thank you very much. Getting ready to show you what happened earlier today. DePaul and Duke in overtime. The fabulous freshman to the 4. We'll be back right after this.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Daewoo, bringing affordable luxury to America with the 2000 Daewoo Nubira. Mom. Introducing the 2000 Daewoo Nubira. Its styling is admired from Rome to Paris. Its engineering has a track record on the highways of Germany. And its 333 Value Plus program provides 3 years of roadside assistance, factory warranty, and all scheduled maintenance at no extra charge. For under $11,000, welcome to a whole new world. The Nubira from Daewoo.
2 plays for $1. When I was a kid, a handful of nickels would keep the jukebox playing all night long.
Yeah, you know, you can't get much for $1 these days.
Yeah, but you can get all your long-distance calls for just 99 cents.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
He's right. Just dial 1010-220 and all calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents and just 9 cents a minute after that. No fees, no signing up. Just dial 1010-220.
Get yourself out of here. How do you like me now?
In creating the new KBKids.com, we went to the experts. They know what's hot. Now you can too. They know exactly what's right for them. You can too. In fact, with KBKids.com, you can be almost as smart about toys as they are.
Katie, come on.
Only hopefully a lot neater. KBKids.com. We get toys. Now find the hottest Pokemon stuff at KBKids.com.
This halftime report is presented by Courtyard by Marriott, the hotel designed by business travelers.
And hi, everybody. Brian Kenny here. It is the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report. We had a good one here earlier on ESPN, DePaul and Duke. Mike Krzyzewski coming in with a 38-game winning streak at home. Pat Kennedy back with Quentin Richardson, of course, 4-1 going in. The only loss so far this year to the team that you saw here tonight. One to watch, and that's Texas. Start off, we're going to pick up end of regulation, 73-73. Jason Williams tried to cross over, no, lost the ball. DePaul, one last chance, put it up, Duke. Going to overtime. Under a minute left in OT. It's Quentin Richardson. Richardson started off overtime with a 3. Here, big impact once again. Second time around, he puts it up and in. Richardson, the super sophomore, 20 points and 9 boards. Blue Demons by 3. Shane Battier coming in. Off the 3 fakes, then got it in. Short jumper, Duke within 1. DePaul up by 2. Mike Dunleavy. Final seconds to Nicky Horvath. Bangs it in to 6'10 freshman. He played only 4 minutes the whole game. Nick Horvath buries. Last gasp. Richardson up. This time it won't go. 84-83. Duke over DePaul in a thriller. Miami and Memphis. First half, we're tied up 28-28. Memphis on the break here. Kieran Shine, who had a tremendous game. Going up this time. It won't go. Paris London, though, is there. London up and in. Memphis by 2 on the break. Leading Miami. Second half, Memphis up by 3. Memphis again running. Shine, breaking loose, going up and gets hammered. Paulo Coelho gets him here. Flagrant foul. Shine was 12 for 16 shooting. Good percentage. Memphis up by 5. Then Shine again. He had 39 points. Knocks down a 3. Had 3 assists as well. Memphis over Miami 82-72. Gonzaga and #1 Cincinnati. 42-28 Bearcats with the lead. Steve Logan for 3. Nails the 3 there. Bearcats by 17. But not over yet. Second half, Cincinnati up by just 6. Kenyon Martin going in. Out. Cincinnati by 8. Martin perfect from the field. More on that. Gonzaga, now they're in there. Casey Calvary, the foul. He'd make the free throw, so it's a 5-point game. Zags back in it, but Ryan Fletcher here, number 1 in all of the land. And the Bearcats beat Gonzaga. Wasn't easy, 75-68. More now, Kentucky and Indiana. Indiana first half. Michael Lewis here. Watch this. He's out beyond the arc, putting up the 3 and the foul. And he got it. 4-point play. He was 10 for 11 from the line. He had 17 points and 5 assists. 6 seconds left, late first half. A.J. Guyton to Luke Jimenez. Jimenez got that, one of only 2 free field goals in the game. Bobby Knight's Hoosiers led 45-33 at the half. A.J. Guyton, 4 for 6 from 3. He was 8 for 13 overall from the floor. He had 21 points, 83-75, Indiana over Kentucky. Illinois and Maryland. Terps down 5 in the second half. Terrence Morris thumps it down, got that from Juan Dixon. Morris had 21. Maryland down 3. Under a minute left, second half. Game tied at 64. Danny Miller, he knocks it down, banked it. Miller 2 for 3 from 3. Maryland up 67-64. Illini coming back. Frank Williams nails a 3. He had 18, tied at 67. Clock winding down, less than 10 seconds to go. Juan Dixon slides in, got some room, nails it. Maryland up by 2. Illinois inbounding, 2.2 left. Frank Williams, last gasp. Gotta look. Deep, too deep. Wouldn't go. Maryland wins it 69-67. UNLV and North Carolina right now. First half, North Carolina jumps out quickly. Max Owens playing the passing lane. Got that coast to coast. Nice. A sweet move. Got that to go. Then UNLV trying to go inside after this. Owens, watch him coming from behind and spots that away on Kasper's Kambala. Right now, 40-26, number 2, North Carolina leading Nevada, Las Vegas. Temple and Wake Forest, first half, pick this one up. Robert O'Kelly to pick off on Temple. 2-on-1. Nicky Arinzi is there, and it's 48-22. Demon Deacons at the half. Yeah, 48-22. Arinzi later finds O'Kelly. He was 4 for 6 from 3. He had 22 points. Second half, Wake putting it away. Temple came back, made it a little close, but Josh Howard this time. He was 1 for 3 shooting. He had 1 field goal. He gets 1 highlight because he did it in style. 77-72. Wake Forest over Temple. Courtyard by Marriott halftime report. We're back. More highlights after this.
Please welcome the Executive Vice President of West Coast Operations, Steve Doppelt.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Chili's technical support. How would you eat these new Chili's lettuce wrap appetizers? Just pick up the lettuce, add grilled Asian spiced chicken and sauce, fold and eat. That sounds great. Doesn't it, though?
Stick to what we each do best. West. Jim West.
Will Smith, Kevin Kline, Salma Hayek. Wild Wild West. Buy it on video cassette and DVD.
What will communications be when it finally grows up? Satellite? Broadband? Wireless? Fiber optic? With technologies from Agilent, communications can grow up to be whatever it wants to be. Let's see what this baby can do.
Welcome back. Courtyard by Marriott. Halftime. If it were football to be homecoming, UConn over UNC Asheville 98-68. UNC Asheville is now 0-7, losing in double digits in 6 of 7. Meantime, Syracuse leading St. Joe's 66-55. Ohio State big over Duquesne 87-55. And right now, Michigan State Spartans up on top of Eastern Michigan in the second half. Purdue over Akron. Zips made a run, but 75-66 is the final there. Florida and Florida A&M. A&M, meantime, went to the NCAA tournament last year, just 12-19. But here come the boys. Kenyon Weeks puts that up and in. 35 turnovers for the Rattlers. 37, by the way, is the NCAA record. Kenyon Weeks for 3. He was perfect in every way. Shooting from the free throw line from 3. He got a 3 there. 23 points, 5 boards. 96-44 is your final. Tennessee over Pittsburgh 76-50. Number 18 with a win in that one. And Oklahoma State over Texas San Antonio 87-66. We take a break. It's Texas by 2. We're back after this.
Keep holiday fun running with Rayovac batteries from Menards. Choose alkaline batteries in 5 popular sizes. Buy 1 pack and get 1 free after rebate. Renewal rechargeable batteries can be used again and again. On sale in 4 sizes, just $2.69 a pack after a $1.25 rebate. This swivel head flashlight makes a great stocking stuffer, only $5.99. Keep your holidays bright with big savings from Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
If you or a member of your family have had the misfortune of injury in an auto accident or in a workplace accident, call me for legal advice.
Attorney Faracuti concentrates his law practice in personal injury and workers' compensation. His law firm can offer you experienced and skillful legal advice.
If you want a fighter on your side, call me.
As a mountain stream. Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
In my family, everyone knows more about food than everyone else.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, we're Italian. Uncle Al's got the perfect appetizer for you. He'll even show you how to eat it. Tony, he thinks you should get a nice big T-bone and make sure you sit next to him. Stella knows her salad. Lucy, queen of ravioli. Tonight, they'll share it all with you at the Olive Garden. That's Hospitaliano. Share what you know, taste what you love. Vinny, all he wants to know is...
You gonna finish that?
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Tuesday and Wednesday here on ESPN. It's the Great 8 from the United Center in Chicago. 7 of the top 10 teams in the nation head-to-head. 7 Eastern time. Again, Tuesday and Wednesday right here on ESPN. Sports Center comes your way right after the game. Arizona and Texas. You got Bill Pito and Trey Wingo, Army, Navy, and Mighty Gators in Alabama as well. We're back for Arizona and Texas. Enjoy the second half.
Please welcome the Executive Vice President of West Coast Operations, Steve Doppelt.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to slip into the woods over here, and we're going to be looking for some turkey scratching.
Here, turkey, turkey, turkey. Here, turkey, turkey, turkey. I did it.
Well, those are geese.
Introducing Cozone.com. Shopping for computers and other technology just got a whole lot easier.
I think they like that.
Cozone.com. We can help. Buy a notebook computer and get a free Targus carrying case through December 14th.
Guys,
Yeah, they stink.
But with a Sony Digital 8 Handycam camcorder, they've never looked better. With 3 times the color information and a sharper picture than VHS-C, what you live is what you get. 8mm has gone digital.
Which clamp is faster?
An old-fashioned screw-type clamp.
Or the revolutionary quick grip bar clamp?
Let's watch closely.
Here they go!
And it's over! Amazing! Oh. Now for the instant replay.
Hey, look at that! One finger on the quick-release trigger and the bar slides right into position.
And there, he's tightening the clamp by merely squeezing the quick grip handle. And it's done! You know, unlocking the clamp again was a very nice touch.
Also available, the new Quick Grip Quick Change Bar Clamp Spreader.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Ford. The latest innovations, the greatest tradition.
Most people are smiling and happy in the Erwin Center here in Austin because Texas leads number 4, Arizona. 31-29, getting set for the start of the second half. With John Sunvold, Dave Barnett. Both coaches, I'm sure, had plenty of fodder at halftime because Lute Olson's teams turned it over 13 times. And Rick Barnes' teams shooting only 33%, but they lead despite only 9 minutes from Chris Mim in the first half.
Well, if you're Rick Barnes, you're happy you're up 2. Lute Olson knows they've been sloppy, but the highlights of the whole thing started. Chris Mim's second foul. Watch this, folks. You'd like All-Americans to be able to play. That puts him on the bench. Chris Owens had to pick up the slacks. 8.6 rebounds. He was good on the offensive end. For Arizona, besides turnovers, Michael Wright has stepped in. 10 points, 5 rebounds in the first half. Lute Olson cannot be happy. One of the big things, you see the arrow down there, 13 turnovers. And that's a key because they don't have many shot opportunities. They're shooting fine, not many opportunities. The other thing that we don't see on here, Arizona averages nearly 14 steals per game. They have 0 steals. So Texas is taking care of the basketball on their end.
Yeah, that's remarkable. Texas gets 13 more shots off. And they lead by as many as 9 points, but Lute Olson's club dominates the final 5.5 minutes of the first half as they close with an 11-4 run. Wright and Anderson have been the top weapons. Anderson 8 points off the bench.
And Richard Jefferson, who averages about 13 a game, the explosiveness of his ability, 0 points first half for the Wildcats.
Got only 1 shot on.
Foul trouble. He only played 9 minutes himself.
Texas 18-3 in the year plus under Rick Barnes when they lead at the half, and 3-0 this year. And Mims shows that new and improved outside shot he worked all summer on.
Well, not only can he shoot it just facing, but that time he put 1 bounce and shot a jump shot. So very difficult to guard when the 7-footer can do that.
Jason Gardner limited to just 1 3-pointer in the first half. Woods short on the hook, cleared by Clay. And the Longhorns go to work. Woods reading the pass to Mim, has a breakaway.
The strength of Lauren Woods is his quickness and ability to anticipate. Not his strength down low, but the quickness on the outside. Good steal, good finish.
Former understudy to Tim Duncan at Wake Forest. That crossways with Dave Odom. However, Odom giving Woods a high recommendation. Lute Olson when he decided to transfer. There's Jefferson, high above the pack. Clears it and brings it up himself.
Well, Woods a young man that has to find his own confidence. You cannot always rely on a coach or the coaching staff to have your own toughness inside.
Tipped up and in. Wright credited with the tip in, ties it at 33. Arizona's last lead, less than 3 minutes gone in the game. It was 6-5. And another one and done for the Longhorns. Gardner pushes the pace, alley-oop. Arizona takes the lead on an alley-oop slam, perfectly executed to Jefferson.
The push by Gardner. And the ability to run the floor by Jefferson. Great athletic ability, but the push by Gardner put the pass right on the money.
So Jefferson's first basket, a big one. And the Zona run, which ended the first half, continues here in the first 2+ minutes of the second half. Mim inside. Wonecki had carved out some space and draws the foul prior to the shot.
Take a look at Gardner. Eyes are up, heads up. Jefferson running the floor, pass right on the money. An easy hoop for Jefferson, but the athletic ability to get up and look down through the rim.
Jefferson out of Moon Valley High School in Phoenix doing some moonwalking on the feed by Gardner. McDonald's All-America to McDonald's All-America.
Well, Jefferson picked up his 3rd personal foul, and the tough part he's having on the defensive end is trying to guard Gabe Monecki in the post. Monecki, when he lowers his body and puts his shoulder and he positions himself, you will not move him out.
Owens 8 points and 7 rebounds in the first half to lead the whole.
What a move. What a move.
Left-handed finish.
What a move.
Not many big men can do that in the college game today. Gardner cleaning up Jefferson's miss and right back to Richard. And not many can do that either.
I thought he was taking it too deep into traffic. Jefferson simply jumps over everybody. On the offensive end, when you can bring your center like Mim away from the hoop, it makes the lane open for drives, and you take the center defensively away. Lauren Woods has been out of the play on the defensive end.
Owens missed the layup, maybe because Wright was under him. He was looking for a place to land. Gardner lands his second 3 at the other end. Arizona with its biggest lead of the game. So the Wildcats take control here to start the second half, and that is 3 on Monecki, offensive foul.
And they've found a way to guard Gabe Monecki. When he puts it on the floor, make sure you get in front, because Monecki likes to lower the shoulder, and he goes hard. There's the dip. A little bit of movement sideways by the defense, but every time Monecki dribbles it, he'll lower that shoulder.
Well, they ended the first half on an 11-4 run. They started the second half with an 11-4 run. And Arizona looks to add to a 5-point lead.
Good ball move.
Arenas for a 3.
Freshman to freshman. Gardner really runs the show, controls the tempo, good swing pass.
Wilbert Arenas, 17 years old. Won't turn 18 for more than a month. Scary good, this young Arizona freshman backcourt. Mim, way short from outside.
Good challenge by Lauren Woods, using his 7'1" body and long wingspan to get into Chris Mim's shot.
And while it was over in front of his bench, Rick Barnes wanted and got a timeout call. Outscored 14-4 to start this second half. Women's college hoops coming up tomorrow. The 1999 Honda Elite 4 Classic from Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando. At 1 p.m. here on ESPN, number 11 Penn State against number 1 UConn and preseason All-America Svetlana Abrosimova. ESPN 2 at 3:30, number 5 UCLA and number 4 Louisiana Tech. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com. And on hand, as he is fairly frequently here in Austin, the governor of Texas, presidential candidate George W. Bush.
Gets a day back for some home cooking, then probably back on the campaign trail.
Governor is here. Unfortunately, Ron Franklin isn't, and so I'm off the bench. Ron on the DL at home. We hope propped up comfortably, resting a very sore back, and we hope recovering nicely. We miss you, Ron. Gardner with the steal, the breakaway. Arizona opens up a 10-point lead.
And the freshman taking charge by controlling the pace of this game.
Baseline opens up, and Kelly hits. Aaron Kelly out of Brown Mackey College in Kansas, a Division II National Junior College champion, and he was the MVP of the tournament.
And look how quickly Arizona pushes the ball to get it on top of the defense. Relentless. Continue to push it down and make you play solid D, get back.
And forcing some reach-in fouls by Texas. This one on the freshman Chris Ogden. Second against the team. Ogden, Mr. Basketball in the state of Texas, played all 5 positions, 6'7", 215. A swing man here. And a discussion now. Wright stepped to the free throw line. Sure, he was fouled in the act. Officials maybe not so sure. Whatever their decision, Lute Olson apparently has no problem with it.
Texas fans feel there was no shot attempt.
Right at the line for Arizona.
Wright, however, will shoot 2. Michael Wright coming back strong after a career low 1 point in the preseason NIT final victory over Kentucky. He's got 12 tonight. Add 1, 13 points. Ogden out, replaced by William Clay. Anderson on for the Cats. Wright with 1 more.
Wright, one of those sophomores, one of the best in the country. 4 double-doubles out of 5 games. You mentioned his 1 point against Kentucky. Came back with 19 and 10 rebounds against Brigham Young.
Texas dominates most of the first half. All Arizona here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. They race to a 10-point lead in Austin.
Which Sports Center do you watch? Mornings, evenings, late nights? Only on ESPN.
Imagine living life on a grander scale. Imagine tasting water when it's brand new. Or being one with nature without going it alone. Introducing Ford Excursion. Discover the ultimate in capability. From Ford Outfitters, offering you the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters, no boundaries.
Let's see some D! D! D!
Log on to dsports.com, the ultimate online sporting goods store. dsports.com. Seize the D.
Don't you know that this stuff is filled with backward messages?
Eat pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza backwards. Hail to the crash.
See?
Dude, you said that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Infinity.
What?
Crash is back at Pizza Hut. Now when you buy a large stuffed crust pizza for $9.99, you get one of 2 free PlayStation demo discs with the hottest games like Crash Team Racing, Gran Turismo 2, and more.
Pause. Unpause.
Stuffed crust, another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Arizona outscoring Texas 29-10 over the last 10 minutes. They lead by 10. Coming up next is Sports Center with Trey Wingo and Bill Pito. Huskers or Horns in the Big 12 Championship. Give you a hint. It was not well received here in Austin. It was, however, at Duke. A terrific DePaul matchup with the Blue Devils. And is it bye-bye by the Bay? Chris Mortensen will weigh in on the future plans, perhaps, of Steve Mariucci. Rick Barnes, pensive. Got to be troubled by what's happened over that last 10-minute span for his Texas team, now trailing by double figures. Kelly and Owens emphatic for the follow-up.
Good follow, but not a good shot by Darren Kelly. Texas not taking good looks at the basket, forcing some issues.
Then popped out to double Gardner, tried to get it out of his hands. And he lost it over in the corner.
Well, the first mistake really by the freshman handling the basketball. Been solid all night. The first turnover of the second half for the Wildcats.
After 13 in the first half.
And the Longhorn fans are on their feet. Need to get Chris Mim more touches offensively.
Owens not a smooth stroke that time from 17 feet. Gardner showed 3 uncovered. Inside was Woods.
And what Lute Olson talked about this morning, Lauren Woods can outrun Chris Mim. He simply did that, and Gardner put it right on the money.
Well, it's a dead heat right now. They've each got 8 points. Clay gets inside Arenas and draws contact.
Again, on the offensive end, Dave, for Texas, Mim needs more touches. Your best player needs a lot of touches to make the defense adjust. Take a look. Here's Mim. Back, look at Lauren Woods run the floor. Even that, a better pass by Gardner, who sees him, head up, eyes up, boy, right on the money. This kid is special.
Well, you're playing for Texas with 2 shots.
Foul was Gilbert Arenas' 3rd. Olsen, for the moment at least, leaving him in. Many feel maybe the best player ever to come out of the San Fernando Valley of California. Only 1 of 2 by Clay. 49-40, Arizona.
One of those players that didn't get probably enough national recognition. People knew he was good. They especially knew he was good on the West Coast.
Kelly, open court speed. What a block from behind. And follow again by Owens. Trumping Woods.
Owens has stepped up big tonight.
It really gets loud if they get a stop here. 15 on the shot clock. Cross court sets up an Anderson three-point miss.
Oh, he got the look he wanted against the zone.
Owens fouled as he goes baseline on Michael Wright, his first.
Chris Owens was close to going to Arizona out of high school. All-American out of Duncanville, Texas. You'll see him hit the offensive board here for the second of his slams. All-American went to Tulane. And again, the offensive rebound, and decided to transfer. And came back home. But Arizona was extremely close to getting this young man out of high school.
And he'll get a breather and a nice, well-deserved hand. 12 points leading Texas tonight. Wonecki is back. Wagner fouled on the drive by Gardner. It was a very tightly called first half for most of that 20 minutes. And then we're going to go a little bit of this half, tightening it back up again.
Yeah, too many whistles the first half. I wish all 3 guys would have just taken them off so we watch some good basketball. 2 very athletic teams. Teams that will be reckoned with in the NCAA tournament. They'll both have great years in their conferences.
Highest ranked matchup in the 21-year history of the Erwin Center. Number 4 against number 11. Texas highest ranking in 18 years.
And deservedly so. This is a solid basketball team that will only get better when some people get healthy. That kid on the sideline, William Wyatt, about 6'7", 220. Had knee surgery. He's going to come back in a couple weeks. Lawrence Williams going to have a chance to come back. 6'1" guard.
In the red shirt next year, they add Maurice Evans, who transfers from Wichita State, where he was a 20-point per game scorer.
22 and a half, 9th in the NCAA last year in scoring.
Big three-pointer, Darren Kelly.
The kid's not bashful, is he? He will step up and take the big one.
Anderson fouled on a nice feed by Walton.
Well, Texas with some ball movement on the offensive end. Again, Chris Mim, those not getting any touches. But Kelly is fearless. He'll take the big shots, and he's making them.
Jefferson cross court. Gardner, huge three-pointer, quiets him back down. His 3rd 3 of the night.
Cannot leave him open. Everybody thinks he's only a point guard. This guy has a pure stroke from the outside.
Unusual, too, in that he's won so many honors. Twice the Indiana Player of the Year. Mr. Basketball in Indiana. McDonald's All-America. Everybody says no ego. Does not have to dominate the shooting. Mim, ball had gone through the hoop and then knocked back out from the bottom. But it was already the 10th point by Mim.
Well, the good pass by Wonecki after he was double-teamed. He slipped it inside. But the key is on the offensive end, the Texas teammates have forgotten about their All-American center. They've gone away from it. You got to go to it.
First touch in a while. Walton, nice spin, couldn't finish. A one-handed board by Mim. Only his 3rd of the night. This has not been the showcase that you'd figure Texas would need it to be for Chris Mim to hang with a team like Arizona, but they're doing it.
We asked the Hartford Wolfpack to try the Norelco reflex action for 21 days. There were signs of resistance.
Get that electric out of my face.
Apathy.
I still have the one my mom gave me.
Doubt.
Your mom has a beard?
And equivocation.
Man, this ain't gonna do nothing on my beard.
Then, little by little, they began realizing how the reflex action razor adjusted to the contours of their faces. It gave them an unexpectedly close, smooth shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade.
Kind of like a Zamboni, eh?
They took an interest in the arts.
Wow, a wax museum.
And the theater. Even their fans noticed they were changed men.
Hey, look at you pretty boys. So soft, so smooth.
The Norelco Reflex Action. It's guaranteed or your money back. Norelco. Put it to the test.
The Maglite flashlight. American-made. To be brighter, tougher, more dependable. The Maglite is a work of art that works. A Maglite flashlight is the brilliant gift idea for any occasion.
Out here, the stories unfold like a map. Stories written across the sky with the tip of an eagle's wing. Stories to fill a scrapbook you'd want to page through again and again. But first, you've got to go to where the stories live. You'll need an outfitter for the journey. Ford is your outfitter. With the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth, created to take you where the stories begin and never end. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
Arizona by 5, 11:46 to go in Austin as conference championships are decided today. We look forward tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN to the Circuit City Bowl Selection Show with Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Lee Corso breaking down all the bowl matchups, including the BCS games. That's tomorrow here on ESPN 6 Eastern. All your bowl questions answered.
Well, the timeout, Rick Barnes might have said, hey, guys, let me introduce you to an All-American player. It's Chris Mim. He's your teammate. He's being guarded by Luke Walton at 6'8". Make sure he gets touches on the offensive end.
Now they've got 6'8.5" Justin Wessel on it.
Now the other thing, Mim has to be available.
Wagner hits him with the alley-oop, and he's rejected by Jefferson.
Good play by Jefferson from the backside.
Jefferson gets out and runs, so does Anderson. They call the charge.
You know, tonight, if you lay down defensively, they're going to give you a charge. Good hustle, though, down the floor. There's a lob pass to Mim. Look where Jefferson comes from. Good anticipation, has 3 fouls, goes right up, makes a block on the ball. Don't you agree, Dave, though, these offensive charges, I mean, guys are just kind of laying down. Whistle goes the other way.
I think you're right. Every time somebody has flopped, they've been rewarded with the whistle. Which is nothing but incentive to keep doing it.
That's exactly right.
And they are still calling. 3 seconds in the lane. The 10th Texas turnover. You gotta hate that because you never even get a chance to set up on offense, and it's right back in Arizona's hands.
Well, the nice part for Arizona, they've done a solid job defensively. Michael Wright and Lauren Woods have been on the sideline to get rested up to come back in.
Ivan Wagner, former NCAA high jump champion, better than 7.5 feet.
Wow. Last year fought knee problems, had surgery over the summer. Good athlete, solid defender.
Early, but he's shooting 50% from the field.
Tonight struggling though. 1 of 6 from the field, made his first one, so he's made his last 5.
Fans thought Walton went over and back, didn't quite. Arenas for a 3. And Owens gets tangled up with Wessel, who is called for his 3rd. And 16 fouls now against Arizona. They're up against the bonus, under 3 against Texas. 4th year in a row these two have met in the regular season. Arizona has won each of the last 3. 2 years ago here, 88-81. Had an easier time last year in Tucson. Lee Olson has quite a streak working against teams from the state of Texas. 11 straight wins against teams from this state.
17.
And another foul on Wessel. He's got 4.
Well, they isolated Mim on the side, down low on the block. They made a cut off him. Now it allows Big Chris to step inside. And you want to put pressure on the defense. The pass away. Wessel goes over the back. And here's where Mim has a weakness. 57% free throw shooter. He has a good touch. He could make jump shots. This is all about confidence. Has pretty good form. Should be able to step up and at least make 75% from the foul line.
If you saw him last year and you look at him now, you might not recognize him. Up 17 pounds. His body fat is down 6%, is under 10%. And he added somehow, I don't know if I've ever heard of this for a guy that age, he added 5 inches to his vertical leap.
Very amazing. Todd Wright does a great job. Strength coach for Rick Barnes' basketball team. And Mim likes to be in the weight room and likes to work on his game and has gotten much better.
Monecki upset at this call as Jefferson drives on it. He is hit with his fourth.
And can't afford to have him on the sideline for too long.
Well, at the rate the whistles were blown in the first half, you had to figure you'd get to this stage where with 10 minutes to go, people are starting to get real tight against foul trouble, and this is number 4 on Gabe.
And again, there wasn't a lot there, and I hate to harp on it, but you have two teams, very athletic, very good teams. Number 4, number 11. We have a ball game that is outstanding when they get to play and up and down the floor. And both teams have been frustrated, the players, by the amount of whistles.
They've been active, and so have the trio of Vern Harris, Jerry White, and Richie Ballesteros.
And that's not good.
Texas led by 2 at the half, down 5, halfway gone in the second half. Mim almost a terrific finish. Owens has dominated the offensive glass all night, and it's out of bounds off the Wildcats. Michael Wright.
And Lauren Woods can make it difficult for Chris Mim to score because of his length in his arms, the wingspan. Mim has to create some shots over Woods.
Woods tries to put on weight. He works on the weights. You just don't see the evidence that you see with Mim. And another zone of blocking foul. This will be Michael Wright's second.
For the shot, number 21, Michael Wright is second. 8th team foul.
Texas is not a good free throw shooting team. They're only 60%. And they're in the bonus and close to the double bonus. Tonight, only 5 of 9 from the line. And it's a real bright spot all night.
And you can get away with 60% for a few games. But the more you play and the better teams you play and you get into conference play, that man right there, Rick Barnes, knows that 60% is not going to win from the foul line for his team. And the thing about it, he has solid shooters. Just becomes a mental block. A guy like Chris Mim at 57%, Monecki at 57, and he's a guy that shot 50% from three-pointers a year ago, so you know he can shoot.
4 of your starters hit 50% from the field. You should hit free throws. Jefferson tries to go baseline to baseline, and another call.
Well, great athletic move by Jefferson. Looks like he might have lost the ball before there was contact, but good move.
Chris Owens hit with his second. Team's 5th. Jefferson likewise only 54% from the free throw line, and you know he should be better than that. He hits his second in 3 tries tonight.
Pac-10 all-freshman team a year ago. Outstanding player, great athlete.
So the Wildcats hitting their free throws. 9 of 11, up 6. This is normally a tough team to catch from behind in the second half since Rick Barnes has taken over, but Arizona's done just that with a great start to this half.
Wow, Clay. What a shot, difficult, over the top of Woods.
First basket tonight for William Clay, narrows the gap to 4, and again the crowd up for a defensive stop. Wright turns on Owens. Mim blocked out the sun underneath. Texas a 3-on-1 break. Kelly behind the back. Wagner should have been goaltending on Arenas. I can't believe they didn't call it. They will call, however, a reach on Clay.
Well, that ball was pinned to the backboard. Rick Barnes thought it was on the glass. Coming down. Take a look at the trail. Oh, that's the goaltender. That ball's off the board coming to the basket.
Rick Barnes with reason to be upset, and the officials with reason to stay as far away from him as they can, and they're doing just that. Not that hard a call, and all 3 of them missed it.
And the Longhorn fans are letting them know. We'll see if Arizona can get a hoop here. Quiet down the crowd a little bit. If Texas gets a stop and a hoop, this place will explode. Well, there's Wagner.
Cats have managed only one basket over the last 6 minutes. But they still have their lead. Arenas going baseline. That's a block by Owens. What they call that goaltending.
I said that's another goaltending, but hey, who are we to say over here?
Around and out on the 3 by Clay. Owens is fouled this time.
Maybe they've taken out that rule tonight in college basketball, because the Arizona coaches cannot believe this one wasn't called also. To the rim. Looked like it was in the cylinder.
Closer than the last call.
Closer than the
Tougher
last.
call this time.
We'll give that a makeup call then. We just cancel each other out.
All right.
We go back to being down 4.
Texas with 2 shots.
That was Michael Wright's 3rd. 9th Arizona team foul. Owens, best free throw shooter on the team at only 67% coming in.
12 points in the big win against Michigan State. Solid team player. Very unselfish.
Great bloodline. You think he's watching the Sports Century countdown with great relish? He should, because his grand uncle is still in the mix for the top 8. Jesse Owens.
And look at Wagner and Gardner going at each other at the point guard position. Wagner the senior, Gardner the freshman.
Jefferson against Kelly. Matchup to watch too, and knocked out of bounds by Owens.
Ivan Wagner goes about 195, 200 pounds. He is trying to be physical on the smaller 180-pound Gardner, although Jason Gardner very strong as a freshman.
Inbounds. Woods didn't expect to get that one.
And the 2-3 zone from the underneath out of bounds. See if Gardner can find an open spot.
Very effective at swinging the ball and getting the open 3, and Jason Gardner has hit 4 of them tonight.
Woo! Ice in his veins.
14 for Gardner. He and Wright lead Arizona. Owens has 14 to lead Texas, back down by 6.
Arizona coaching staff said Gardner loves challenges. They knew Wagner would get into him, being a strong physical senior, but Gardner has responded.
And a timeout. Erwin Center quiet again. 7:34 to go in Austin, where they're trying to knock off the 4th-ranked team in the country, but one of the 2 true freshmen at guard, making it very tough.
A world broadcast premiere from the Superstation.
Father, what have you done?
Who is he?
The man's a thief who witnessed a murder. He'll make a mistake.
Then what?
Then I'd kill him.
It's a burglar. Who's gonna believe it?
His life could be in danger. He's not about to run from you.
He's not a murderer.
Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Absolute Power. 7 Central, Sunday, December 5th on the Superstation.
You used to think this was a fish until you went deep sea fishing. Once, this was a vase. Then you got a vase. This used to be clothing until you discovered fashion. This was big screen TV until you saw Hitachi Ultravision HD TV with its unbelievably spectacular picture that makes everything look better. TV will never be the same again.
See Hitachi Ultravision for yourself at Douglas TV.
It's the definitive book on sports in the 20th century. In words and pictures, it brings to life our most celebrated athletes and greatest memories. ESPN Sports Century, the perfect holiday gift. In bookstores now, or log on to ESPNstore.com.
A season built on hope, dreams, and pride. This is the 1999 college football season. These are the men that made it happen. The Home Depot 1999 College Football Awards, Thursday at 5 on ESPN.
Arizona's trailed by 9, led by as many as 10 by 6 at the moment. Don't forget, coming up following our game in Austin, Sports Center, Trey Wingo and Bill Pito will fill you in on the conference championship showing by Nebraska in San Antonio, just down the road. Florida and Alabama as well. DePaul and Duke in a classic at Cameron. And Chris Mortensen filling you in on the possible comings and goings in San Francisco. Jason Gardner has tied his young career high 14 points, which he also had against Kansas State. In the last 7 minutes, he has their only baskets, and they're both threes. Texas only 36% from the field. Arizona at 49%.
They caught Gardner with the reach in, active hands, but got a piece of Kelly's arm.
And the double bonus the rest of the way for Texas. So it may be that they have to all of a sudden become a good free throw shooting team to pull this game out.
And Darren Kelly goes to the foul line, only 60% on the year, but only has 5 attempts. 0 of 1 tonight, though.
Actually, Kelly's third stop began as a Brian Ellaby recruited, Loyola, Maryland, then on to Brown Mackey in Kansas. So no Division I ball either of the last 2 years for Kelly, who hits them both. Only the second time tonight a Longhorn has hit both ends. Wagner hounding Gardner all the way up.
And Wagner's quick, but Gardner, the ability to stop and go and then back it off and go again.
Jefferson and a block by Mim. Wright beats Owens to the loose ball and calls timeout.
Good help by Chris Mim on the drive. Take a look as Richardson turns a corner. Woods trying to seal Mim off, but not doing effectively enough. Chris with the good block. Smart play by Michael Wright to get the timeout because it's locked on the baseline.
Chris Mim with a double-double streak working 9 in a row. He's got a ways to go here with only 3 boards. That was his second block. Woods 8 points, 3 boards, and 3 blocks. 9 first half minutes again because of 2 early fouls called against Mim.
Well, Mim is asked to do more from his team as far as points and rebounds go. Nearly 20 points and 13 rebounds a game. A lot of NBA scouts along the sideline watching 2 top centers go at each other.
I think they're higher on Mim at the moment. And again, he's not going to think too hard about what to do until this year is over.
Well, let's hope he stays another year. Needs a maturity. He'll play 10 to 15 years in the NBA whenever he wants to go there.
At least. And if you're a 7-footer and you can prove that you belong to the NBA, you can stay in here. I mean, Danny Shea is in his 40s still.
I'll tell you what, another year here. The way he's improved year by year. Worked with Todd Wright again in the offseason. Worked with Rick Barnes on some developing different moves.
They dare Owens to take the 3.
He missed a couple of those in the first half, and they backed off. That one was on net.
I'm sure in the scouting report it said he won't take one because he hadn't at all in their first 4 games. Cut the lead in half there. Another answer by Arenas.
By another freshman. These guys are special.
If you just walked into this building and you didn't know they were freshmen, what would you guess? Juniors at least?
Just solid play. And they don't get in a hurry. That's what you like about it.
6-minute mark. Brilliant play. Waiting for Mim to clear. Takes it from the key. Then called for it underneath. Didn't get it. That's
Look at Woods.
Continuing problem.
Good pass.
Woods in one motion to Jefferson.
And Lauren Woods on the run. Gardner with the terrific lead pass again. And Lauren Woods' ability to see it and put it right on the money back to Jefferson,
who has all 11 of his points here in the second half.
And most of them looking down through the rim.
Most of them would fit well on SportsCenter. Texas continues to challenge. Arizona continues to respond. Inside for Mim.
Good pass, good seal off by Chris Mim. Wagner put it on the money.
Within 5, we head down to 5. Texas trying to chase on the perimeter. They'll give Woods that shot. He'll gladly take it.
Well, Lauren Woods starting to feel good about himself. You can see his confidence internally, and he's showing the emotion to the crowd when he's made a couple good plays now. The guy of the coaching staff really wants to gain confidence by himself.
Owens.
What a game. What a game for Chris Owens.
19 points. Texas held Arizona to 2 buckets over a 7-minute span. They were both by Gardner, who misses that scoop, and now they're into a can you top this over the last several possessions. This will be on Wagner.
What a big-time matchup in December by these two ball clubs.
Neither of whom shy away from tough schedules. They have stacked their non-conference slate with ranked opponent after ranked opponent. So we said Lute Olson goes back home. He's got UConn in Chicago on the Grade A Tuesday, and then he hosts Michigan State on Saturday. So 8-day span. He's got 3 highly ranked opponents, having already knocked off the likes of Kentucky.
Texas travels up to Wisconsin on Tuesday and visits in the Big Ten. Dick Bennett's ball club, not a powerhouse in the scoring department, but you know how Dick Bennett's teams play. They will guard the heck out of you and make them guard you. So they've got Connecticut in January also, this Longhorn team.
Try to beat you 50-49 if they can. Texas trying to be patient. Kelly lofts it up from outside. Min, the only way he can get it is grab an offensive rebound, and he'll go for a 3-point play.
Well, there's the leaping ability you talked about, the improvement of his vertical lift off the floor, the quickness that he has built over the summertime. Simply went over the top of the Wildcat team, and then watch how powerful he goes back. Over the top, goes right back to the rim, strong enough to finish. Talked about patience, not much patience in Darren Kelly in that uniform, but look at Min. Quickly off his feet and then strong enough to take it back, and actually showed some emotion after that hoop.
Texas not seeming to realize when Woods is out of the game. Yaftokas committing that foul. And Mim completes the 3-point play. They're within 2. $16,000 on their feet as Arenas rolls it off the back of the iron, and again Yaftokas rolls off the back of Min.
And Arenas maybe missed a chance simply to shoot an open jump shot. He had a wide open one. He was being guarded. His defensive man went for the steal. Arenas had an open one, took it to the lane, and made a difficult play. Take a look when Arenas gets this basketball. He has a wide open shot. He just made his last one. Now he takes it into traffic. And over the back we go, and Chris Mim goes back to the foul line.
Well, you said he ought to be a better free throw shooter than he's shown, and maybe becoming that in this second half. He's hit 3 out of 4. This one can tie it. Texas trailed by 10 at 49-39 early in the second half. They clawed all the way back. A timeout in Austin.
It's a sign.
What's it mean?
What do you think they're trying to say?
Don't know.
爸，嗰個咩嚟㗎？
哎呀，我都唔知啊。
With all new moves and 3D graphics, Space Invaders are back.
I think we've been chosen.
Are you ready?
In my house, I have a stair climber. In my house,
I have a stationary bike. In my house, I have
a treadmill.
In my house, a rowing machine.
And they're all collecting dust.
Get out there and explore from your Ford Outfitter. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
Dan Patrick at TGI Fridays. Can I have the autograph, please?
Sure, buddy.
Thanks, Mr. Patrick.
Don't mention it.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Maglite, the perfect gift to brighten the holidays. Maglite. And by Space Invaders. With a whole mess of new moves, Space Invaders are back and they're better than ever.
Back again at a very noisy Erwin Center, where Texas has fought back to tie it at 66 under 4 minutes to go. And Mim, after a frustrating first half, limited to 4 points in 9 minutes because of 2 fouls, starting to dominate the second half, John.
Yeah, more touches, a little more touches. He's getting them on the offensive glass and making some follow-ups, and Lauren Woods back in the ball game to see if he can contain Mim.
Wright calls for it. Guarded by Owens. Jefferson, three-pointer. Man, did they hit big threes.
What a big hoop by Jefferson.
Quick end to a 7-0 Longhorn run. Play out front against Arenas. Ivan Wagner. Woods fronting them. Wright had him from behind. They go to Owens. Who's fouled by Wright, who picks up his fourth.
Michael Wright is fourth.
The offensive end, Richard Jefferson, moving without the basketball, simply lines it up, hand in his face. Boy, nothing but the bottom, and look at the excitement. Only a sophomore.
Michael Wright in trouble now. Arenas has played quite a while with 3. Jefferson likewise has had 3 for quite some time. Chris Owens with a career-high 19 points, even with that miss, and 10 rebounds. He really picked up a lot of the rebounding slack, where Mim, who averages 13, has been held to only 4 tonight.
And we mentioned Owens, a transfer from Tulane. As a freshman, started 27 of 29 ball games at Tulane. Averaged about 7 points a ball game.
Misses both. Manecki, who has been sitting what seems like forever with 4 fouls.
And look what I found. Simply fell right into his lap in the finish. And Manecki's got to be careful with a 4 personal.
Jefferson back-to-back. Huge baskets for Zona. Back up by 3.
Man, not only can shoot it, but can handle it to get himself in a position for the shot.
As a freshman, spectacular in stretches. Perfect example tonight. Scoreless in the first half. Dominating the second half for Arizona with all 16 of his points since intermission.
And Lauren Woods continues to front Mim, which gives Mim an opportunity offensive end. And so Arizona Wildcats are trying to come around to get the rebounds. They're having a hard time getting their hands on it.
Got their hands on Manecki and tied him up. And Arizona gets the possession arrow.
Arrow belongs to Arizona.
Well, it shows how strong he is, though. He's tied up and still manages to muscle a shot up in there.
And still, yeah, still made the shot. They called a jump ball. Rick Barnes didn't like it, and Manecki, he got the shot up. They'll wipe it off. Jefferson simply going to work.
Owens knocked it out to Gardner. This game in the hands of the youngest Wildcats. One of them right here. Arenas, the freshman, stripped from behind. Wagner got it. Now Manecki. Wildcats want traveling. Officials may disagree. One was ready to call a foul on Arizona. And it's going to be traveling. They get their wish. Again, coming up, Sports Center with a wrap-up of the championships of the Big 12 and the SEC. Great action from Cameron. Possible news from Chris Mortensen in San Francisco. Immediately following, we have 2:05 to go here.
You know, Dave Manecki having a tough time on the offensive end, a time when he forces the issue. Had a bad shot the last time down. They fortunately got the ball back. That time of traveling.
They will call a foul here as Gardner. He induces a reach by Ivan Wagner. That's 4 on Wagner.
And you have to love the play of Jason Gardner. Lute Olson said he will not back down from the challenge of Ivan Wagner, and he hasn't. And Wagner's given young Gardner all he wants on that defensive end, and Gardner's responded.
Missed the front end right over the back of Chris Owens and knocked it over to Clay. 3-point game, under 2 minutes.
Again, Mim needs a touch. Doesn't have to shoot it, but if he gets a touch, that means the Wildcats have to react.
Not being doubled here. Not being fronted either. Guard drives, gets it blocked. Clay got it rejected.
And look at Woods run the floor.
Jefferson's been automatic the entire second half. Another three-pointer. Richard Jefferson doubles the margin.
And 8 straight points for Jefferson.
Man. 19 in the second half. Wagner short. Added around. Gardner ends up with it.
And didn't need that shot that soon by Wagner. He has struggled with the jumper. He was 1 of 7, now 1 of 8, but too soon. Still 1:10 left. Take a look at Richard Jefferson. Hit a 3, then a 2.
Who's supposed to be out there on it?
And now another 3. Boy, what a finish he's had.
What did Lute Olson tell him that they had? It's not the same guy. Took 1 shot in the first half. In the second half, 7 of 10, including a pair of three-pointers. When he hasn't been doing it, Gardner has.
Well, he, like Chris Mim, had 2 fouls. And like Chris Mim, only played 9 minutes that first half. Wasn't involved in the flow. You see his numbers, 19 in the second half. A lot of them above the rim, but now his jump shot is what has put them in the lead.
Arizona calls a timeout. They have suddenly opened up an 8-point lead with 1:09 to go in a hostile arena with some guys playing, in some instances, their 6th college game. If you're a Pac-10 team looking forward to taking on Arizona, especially if you got a Tucson, you cannot be looking forward to that prospect.
Well, a very young team, as you mentioned, athletic team, like to get up and down the floor, good defensively in the Pac-10. You start thinking about Arizona, what Stanford's already done. Mad Dog's going to get back. Jaron Collins has been terrific. UCLA, we know all the talent they have. Don't forget about Oregon, though. Ernie Kent's got a heck of a ball club in the Final Four of the NIT last year. And they will be reckoned with, but Lute Olson has some young guys that really like to play.
The only time in the last 12 years Lute Olson has finished below 3rd in the Pac-10, he finished 5th in 96-97, and they won the national championship. Wagner keeps the Longhorns' hopes up. 76-7. They get a quick timeout.
Quick timeout after the easy hoop. Good shot that time, 6 points. We'll see some full court pressure. And this is where Arizona, with the ability of their guards. We talk about great guard play at Arizona, especially the point guard position. Stottlemyre, Mike Bibby. Last year, Jason Terry, who was a National Player of the Year in some publication.
Sports Center. Texas fans hoping that they would salvage the day by winning this, because it did not go well for them down the road in the Alamo Dome. Looked like DePaul had a huge upset at Duke, where non-conference teams never win. Emphasis on had. And we'll hear from Chris Mortensen and welcome. Sports Center moments away. Then 3 to go here, not over, although Jefferson has done all he could to finish this thing off with his stretch of brilliance in the second half.
And the Wildcats, a very good free throw shooting team. 71% as a team. Gardner now goes back to the foul line, where he is 2 of 3 on the night, only 60% early in this season. But he has only taken 18 free throw attempts all year.
Rick Barnes got Chris McColpin in to commit the foul. First action of the night.
And after the first attempt, Wagner will get back in. McColpin will go out.
Both teams double bonus. Gardner had only 3 at the half on 1 of 3 shooting.
Here's another guy that as a freshman should shoot about 80% for the year because of the way he strokes that ball.
77-70 under a minute. Wagner all the way past Gardner, count it, and he'll shoot for a 3-point play.
Well, Wagner simply pushing up as fast as he can and using his physical strength in his body. 195, 200 pounds. You see how big his shoulders are. The push up. Gardner won a lot of contact there. Here's the bench reaction of Longhorns back in this thing.
Even more in it if Wagner completes the three-point play, which he does. Rick Barnes says the most underrated player in the country.
Well, last year was voted the most valuable player amongst his players for this team. Says a lot about the young man.
That's with the year Mim had.
Yeah. Mim was runner-up for player of the year in the conference.
And Monecki.
Monecki was all conference, so all of a sudden in the teammates vote, Ivan Wagner is the MVP for the year.
McColpin came in to again commit a foul. So Arizona, which was a 71% free throw shooting team, much better than Texas coming in. And in the position of having to maintain the margin at the line with Gardner hitting the front end of two.
Well, the freshman either gets a chance to build his confidence in this situation or to lose the confidence if you start missing foul shots.
Question now at the scorer's table. As you look at his numbers for the night and for the year, we're showing 57 seconds to play. Both teams have the double bonus. Both teams have 2 timeouts. And the question is whether they will allow Wagner in for McColpin, and they won't. Wagner's returned to his sitting position in front of the scorer's table.
And what a good ball game. A test for both clubs.
Again, 1-2.
McColpin's a three-point shooter. They can find him in the opening.
That is all he is. Drive, missed by Kelly, rebound, and no foul. Owens gets it back. Out of bounds off Arizona.
How about the block by Jefferson from behind on Owens? Athletic ability of Richard Jefferson to go over the top of Chris Owens and make the block. Owens here with the right back up. Jefferson and Woods.
Arizona will call its next to last timeout with 46.5 seconds. Well, the second half throughout the Richard Jefferson show.
19 second half points. He did it from behind three-point line. He hit 3 of them. He did it moving to the basket, shooting fadeaway jump shots. And this was the big one. Late in the ball game, knocked another one home. 3 of 4 behind the three-point line.
Yeah, that was the killer. In the second half, Arizona 6 of 8 threes. Jefferson has 2 of them. The other 4 belong to Gardner. He's got 3. Arenas hit 1 early. And for the game, 53% from the field. Texas had not allowed anybody to shoot better than 44% coming in. They seem to have control of the game through most of the first half, led by 2 at the half, quickly down 10 early second half, fought back to tie it. Arizona by 5, 46.5 seconds. Inbounds to Owens, comes up short, had a good look at it, needed to connect, and now he commits his 3rd.
Real solid defense when Owens caught that ball. They simply double teamed him. He forced a shot early. Michael Wright with a solid rebound, and now he'll go the foul line.
Number 20,
he is a 75% free throw shooter. 2 of 4 tonight from the line.
Another double-double for Michael. 17th in his 35th game at Arizona. 14 points, 13 boards. Texas, even if he misses now, needing 2 3-pointers. 42 seconds. Do you go right away to the 3?
Oh, you have to. You have to get after it. You got 2. He makes it a 7-point ball game right here. You've got to push and shoot in a hurry.
No question now. 3 possessions needed for Texas. And the quick pull up 3 nailed by Wagner.
Wow.
The improved outside shot by Ivan Wagner.
And it only took 7 seconds. So quickly down the floor, the crossover. Oh, right on the money. But they are hanging in there. See if they have a chance.
Sports Center next. Texas looking at this as a chance for a milestone for their program. They've never beaten 3 straight ranked teams. They've never beaten 2 straight from the top 10, and having knocked off Michigan State last week, that was the chance they were looking at here tonight. May still happen. Up against it, though, with 36 seconds. Forced to foul. They've both been in the double bonus for some time, and not a particularly good three-point shooting percentage tonight. But it had been a good three-point season for them. Inbounds is knocked out, and again the officials appear to disagree. And it's going to be out off Kelly. Arizona ball.
And Lauren Woods becomes an important player. The guy taking the ball out has to make the right decision on who should get it and find the open man right away.
Wright makes a tough catch and calls time.
Well, Woods trying to throw it to Jefferson. Wright simply stepped up and intercepted. Almost had a turnover.
Final timeout for the Wildcats. They're the first team to hit 80 points against Texas in over a year. November 21st, 98. South Florida hit 93. So you're both looking at double bonus. 1 timeout for Texas. They have the possession arrow, but you have to figure they'll foul, and you have to figure they'll foul a guy who's a pretty good free throw shooter. So you may again be down 2 3-pointers, and you may have 20 seconds and change when you get the ball back.
Yeah, not much else you can do. Go for a turnover, try to go for a steal. See if you can cause something. Jefferson, the worst of the foul shooters at 54%, though 3 of 4 tonight from the line, and he's the hot hand this second half shooting the basketball. Luke Walton checks in, the best passer on this team, and now he'll take it out instead of Lauren Woods. Woods, pretty good free throw shooter.
How could you be a Walton and not be a great passer?
Exactly right.
0.3 of a second difference between the 2 clocks. Inbounds, they struggle, and Gardner lost it out of bounds. They pressure the pass. Gardner couldn't get it.
And great hustle by William Clay defensively on Gardner. Went for the steal. Made the pass a little wider than Walton wanted to throw it. And Gardner couldn't get it under control.
Lost it right there. Inbounds Wagner from 16. Can't quite get the roll in. Can't quite get position for the offensive rebound. And Arenas is fouled with 21.3.
And that ball just simply hung on the rim. And now you foul a freshman. But folks, 94% free throw shooter. And Arenas goes to the line. He's hit 2 of 2 tonight. 17 of 18. This year.
And Wagner goes to the bench with his 5th foul. So they lose their best on the ball defender, who just moments ago hit a 3-pointer to keep his team in the game, but he fouls out with 21.3 seconds. Wagner 11 points tonight, 5 assists. Arenas near perfect.
Gilbert Arenas. The line for Arizona with 2 shots.
17 of 18 for his young Arizona career until that miss.
Again, when you walk into an arena and look at this guy, his name's Arenas. In fact, he looks so much like a young Michael Dickerson in that Arizona uniform. He shoots like him, has the same mannerism.
1 out of 2, 81-76, 20 seconds. Kelly on a drive, almost lost it off his hip, drives for 2, 81-78. They just don't die.
Well, it won't go away. Texas fight? Yes, it is.
As they strike up Texas fight, they call their final timeout.
As Kelly makes a move, ball gets stuck kind of on his back and still somehow made the shot.
You're a great athlete if you can have that happen and not travel.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, they've made some acrobatic shots in this last minute. And Lute Olson saying, okay, get it in. Sure hands, catch a basketball, get fouled, go make free throws. But we're down to a 3-point game. You're going to have to convert. We'll make at least 1 free throw. It's now a 1-possession game.
And tough here without Wagner. Able to defend having fouled out. Who's his quickness.
We have seen crazier things happen, Mr. Barnett.
They don't guard Walton. Whistle as he throws inbounds to Lauren Woods. And the Texas foul
number 20, Chris Owens, is fourth.
On Chris Owens, his fourth.
And the ability of Lauren Woods at 7'1", being guarded by the shorter Chris Owens at 6'8". Luke Walton simply threw it up high for Woods to catch. Now, Woods has a chance to step up, make this a 4 and then a 5-point ball game.
2 for 2 tonight. Woods, one of 5 Wildcats in double figures.
They might be wondering, Rick Barnes might be wondering why any time went off. If there was a foul while the ball was in the air on the throw-in, or did he catch it and then foul?
Well, he may get a little time restored from the looks of things.
And Rick Barnes is arguing the fact that the ball was just coming in, had really not touched, and they were blowing the whistle on Lauren Woods.
Well, right now they put 2 seconds back up.
And now Lute Olson's going to say, no, he caught it. And then there was a foul, but I know 2 seconds didn't go off. I'll promise you that.
Maybe 2 tenths.
Yeah, that might be right.
Maybe a compromise is there to be reached. Olson looking much happier than Barnes, though. This looked to be all but over. Arizona seemed to have it pretty well salted, up 8 with 1:09 to go. And Texas keeps after it, keeps after it. Wagner hit a big 3. Kelly had a big drive. Clay is hit down the stretch.
15-9 is on the clock, and here's the inbounds play. Now they're holding up. The official down here is blowing the whistle.
He signaled it with no time left.
Yeah, so I mean, when the ball's in the air there, Chris Owens was grabbing Woods, so no time went on. Rick Barnes has an argument. There's 15-9 back on the clock.
15.9
Yeah, they put the full 2 seconds back. So Barnes wins that battle, but Woods, they finish off the war here.
Smooth stroke by Lauren Woods. With confidence.
They have stroked them all, it seems, down the stretch.
The co-captain of this year's team, only a junior, the transfer. And confidence is what Lute Olson and his coaching staff wants out of this guy throughout the season.
No substitution.
Now, this happened earlier with McCulpin trying to check in for Wagner. They're not going to let Wright come in for Walton. Time did not elapse, therefore Walton's got to stay in.
Woods with one more shot.
Woods makes it 5 with 15.9. Kelly to McCulpin. He can't hit the 3 and does.
Wow, what a finish.
83-81. Walton is fouled with 9.7. 8 down, 1 minute to go on the clock, and it's still not done.
Now, we talked about McCulpin, what he does, and really the only thing he does. He can shoot threes. Gardner gave him too much room. The push up the floor, nothing but net. And they are still hanging in this game.
And if you want to foul somebody, Walton, a good candidate. 6 of 9 for the year. Scoreless tonight, first trip.
There's life in them horns, partner.
Don't they know it? Still big. They have to hit a 3.
Well, better stroke that time by Luke. Redshirt freshman. McCulpin, a shooter. Kelly, shooter. But watch Mim, who can trail the play. Remember, Mim's a good shooter
No
himself.
timeout. Striving missing was Kelly with 2.6.
Well, and Darren Kelly, you need a three-pointer. Even if you make the layup, there's only 2 seconds left anyway. You need the three-pointer. You're down 3. Takes it to the hole. Lauren Woods makes him miss. You know, you make that, there's 3 seconds. You got to shoot a 3.
The only thing worse than taking that shot was missing it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, what I was thinking when he exploded and Woods tried to trail with him, you have Chris Mim trailing the play. And Mim is a solid three-point shooter, stands still 4 or 5 on the year. Could have simply fired it behind him and Mim would have had an open look.
Now the best free throw shooter on the team can finish off.
And now it's over.
Yep.
What a good ball game, though. Good test for both schools.
Texas works that hard to get within a shot, and they don't take the shot they needed. And now down 5. Arenas steals the inbounds pass and foul with 1 second. So it is still not over, and we still await Sports Center momentarily.
We needed one more whistle to end this thing.
Well, you got your wish.
Yeah, we got to have one more. Oh man, that guy's got a good ball club, folks. They're young, they're talented, they're confident, and they handle the ball well. They do some things well.
Well, this margin now is not going to be indicative of how the game really went into the final seconds. As Arenas hits both. Somebody tosses a ball from the stands. Kelly missing at the buzzer. Arizona wins it by the same exact score as their last trip to Austin, 88-81. They stay unbeaten, 6-0. First loss for Texas, now 4-1. Again, our final from Austin, Arizona 88, Texas 81. Stay tuned. Sports Center is coming up next for John Sunvold and our entire ESPN crew. Dave Barnett, thanks for joining us so long from the Erwin Center in Austin.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, proud to celebrate another moment from our first 20 years. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Ago, Arizona was in cat heaven as a dynamic freshman led the way to a national title. Youth is a story in the desert once again. Lute Olson has a litter of cats that have clawed their way to a #2 ranking and has Arizona dreaming of deja vu, a repeat of 1997. Last year, Michigan State's dream season ended at the Final Four. With their injured floor general, Martine Cleaves, lending support, the Spartans have come out flying, led by the men of Flint. Morris Peterson has silenced all comers as mighty Michigan State has its sights set on a return trip to the Final Four. It is a cool day in the desert, but not inside the McHale Center. No, not today, as fourth-ranked Michigan State takes on #2 Arizona, the Big Ten, against the Pac-10. And hi, everybody. I'm Craig Bolerjack, along with Bill Raftery. It's only December, but both these teams, Billy, are dreaming about the Final Four. Arizona, well known for their point guards, Bibby, Stoudemire. They may have their best one yet here.
Jason Gardner, what is it about these gray-haired coaches? They always find the point guards to run the show. He's got a passion, Jason Gardner. He's got a feel. He gets everybody involved. He's unselfish, gives it up. You see the 5 assists a game. This is a solid performer, and most of all, coaches love it. He guards his guy extremely well.
Let's talk about Michigan State. They've been winning because of some tenacious defense. They got some offensive threat. His name is Morris Peterson.
Well, the his zone has Mo Pete. It's a guy that can fill it up from deep. What he's done beautifully now, he puts it on the floor, gets himself into position for the pull-up jumper. He also has that ability to run the baseline, get his feet set. The puppy's ready. A little nylon by Mo Pete.
All right, it's got a Final Four feel here in Tucson. Stay tuned. Michigan State and Arizona.
CBA Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Prudential, your rock-solid choice for insurance, investments, real estate, and financial services. And by RCA. Changing entertainment again at RCA.com.
And welcome back to the McHale Center in Tucson, Arizona. The Wildcats have won 35 straight home games in this building. Tom Izzo from Michigan State hopes to break that streak. 2 straight Big Ten titles, and here is his starting 5 for this afternoon. Up front, Peterson, Granger, and Andre Hudson. And in the backcourt, Charlie Bell and David Thomas. Lute Olson on the other side of the bench in his 17th season, won the national championship back in 1997. We'll take a look at his starting 5. Michael Wright, Justin Wessel gets the start at the post. Lauren Woods involved in a minor accident, but he should be here. Richard Jefferson and Jason Gardner. Gilbert Arenas with a bit of a hip flexor problem, but we should see him also, Bill, in this game today.
Michigan State goes Minuteman, Craig Bowlerjack. And thank you, Tom Izzo, for that.
Gardner inside right with the left hand. Touch and drops.
Both of these clubs post up and present themselves. They're good passing to the post. A lost start. Arizona counters with a 1-2-2 zone. And it looks like a matchup, but they claim it's a 1-2-2 zone. They play an area of the zone. Can't leave him alone.
Oh, from the baseline, Peterson. Mo Pete. 2-2 at the McHale Center.
He is a stroke we all envy.
Michigan State defeated Kansas at the Great 8 in Chicago Tuesday night by 12, while Arizona, also in Chicago, lost to UConn, the defending national champ.
Does he get set fast? Wow. It's unbelievable. You watch tape of this guy. He can put it on the floor a little bit, but just give him an inch, and he's unerring. On makes, they go back into the 1-2-2.
Bell out to Peterson. They swing it around the top of the horn. 19 on the shot clock. Nice feed inside. Strong move. Shot it up and over. Back out Peterson, the left-hander. Corkscrew wouldn't go. Rebound. Michigan State keeping that ball alive.
And Granger, a terrific jump player. Does all the little things.
Charlie Bell. Well, what a job Charlie Bell has done in the absence of Martine Cleaves, their All-American. A 2-guard Bill who actually has now moved back to the point. A bit out of position, but he's picked it up well.
It's the do. It's the hairdo. He changed it for the Great 8. Had a wonderful game. Real solid defensively. He's going to get a lot of help on Gardner. You can see how physical they are. They bump and bang.
Boy, Jefferson finding room, bucket, and the foul.
The ability to put it on the floor. Michigan State yesterday after the workout wanted to give the open jump shot, but you don't want to let him put it on the floor. His speed, strength, and it's a serious case of the hops with the finish.
David Thomas picks up his first foul. Arizona with the early 6-4 lead. Good look at Jefferson, 222-pounder out of Phoenix. 3-point play.
Oh, look at this counter. Oh, you got to get back and get set. Lute, not real happy. Not good recognition. I think you can run out on Arizona because they really do a great job on the offensive glass, but that was just a lapse.
Backs the other way and taking too many steps.
Well, you're going to pay for your sins in basketball, particularly at this level. This is a Final Four matchup here, but you can just see not getting back and recognizing, and unfortunately for Arizona, giving up an easy layup. That's a no-no.
Charlie Bell showing us he's got offense, but he's a tremendous defender.
Now, Michigan State scripts their first 5 sets. We'll address that a little bit later, but they know coming out of the gate what they're going to do exactly. And we just mentioned, and Steve Shear obliges, this is what they're going to run out of the gate. The guards in when it's against man-to-man. 44 backdoor, weak side action, triple stack. As we see them, we'll fill you in. But it's from his football background. Yeah. And what was his buddy's name? I think he's got a head job someplace. Steve Mariucci.
Oh, Steve. Mr. Mariucci from the 49ers.
Well, that's where they got the idea from his playing days at Northern Michigan. He was a quarterback there, Steve.
Stolen by Bell, picked up by Gardner. Wants to launch the 3-ball. Off the rim. Rebound to Michigan State. Pushing it up is Dave Thomas. Back to Bell.
Now, this is the man-to-man. Now, they got the post-up touch. He's got a nice jump hook right in here.
Hudson in traffic, short. Bell crashing the boards, but a whistle. has been a bit of a change-up in offensive lineups this afternoon. You've got Walton on the floor with Wright and Jefferson, along with Granger and Wessel for Arizona. Michigan State started Bell, Thomas, Granger, Hudson, and Peterson.
And Peterson just went out for a moment. Richardson got to, what a fine-looking player, Jason Richardson. But back in now is Peterson. It may be either a defensive lapse or not recognizing the play on the other end. Look at how they deny. Great post defense Michigan State has.
Walton on the drive, stripped away by Bell. 2-on-2. Charlie Bell.
Well, you got Jefferson go. You hear footsteps when you see the big guy. Richard Jefferson getting back. You can see the ability to run the floor. Without Mateen, they're not as good a fast-breaking team, but I think I'd settle for this. They've had runouts and good, easy opportunities. It takes the pressure off your half-court look.
Charlie Bell, 67% from the free throw line. Well, he's really turned his game on, Bill, the last 3 ball games. From the floor, nearly 52%, about 14 points a game, and only 2 turnovers in his last 3 games.
You see Luther, I think maybe Anderson not getting back defensively. But I mentioned the Duke. Bell got the hairdo change from her friend. He likes it. Mateen Cleaves, the assistant coach for Michigan State, he likes it, and he's playing well, so he's going to keep it.
6 points for Charlie Bell.
Look at this guy drive.
Uncontested, boy, strong.
Little blow by. 6'7", with power. And again, they don't get back. A push and a goal.
Step out of bounds.
Now, I think he got a push before the goal. They're going to wipe it out. Non-shooting. Well, Arizona's got the ability on the offensive end, but they're having their problems on the defensive end. Look at the great denial. Granger gets turned around, but look at the ability to get amongst the defenders and finish by Jefferson.
Yeah, all Pac-10. Freshman a year ago, high school All-American. He came in with great credentials, and he's continuing to show that here. Backing in, Granger, ball stripped away. Arizona on the run, 2-on-1.
Good luck.
Back to right, left-hander up, count it.
Well, that's a counter punch. Wessel sets it up with a sleight of hand on the defensive end. How about the size of the big guys running the floor? Who needs guards, right? You got Wessel to strip it, helping out there. Granger thought he had a freebie, and Jefferson draws the D, a little dish, and the power, the right way to finish.
Michael Wright, 71% shooter. It's amazing. You got Jefferson, was an all Pac-10 performer a year ago as a freshman. And then you have the freshman of the year in the Pac-10, Michael Wright, as running mate.
And how about his recuperative powers?